Welcome back to Polk Nation. It's a pleasure to have Coach Gilroy back on Polk Nation, man. Congratulations.
Thanks for having us. Appreciate it.
Unbelievable season.
Yeah.
And the spring season was great. Mm-hmm. Women finished first. Men finished third, just out of second. But here's the great thing. We talked about it off air. Your entire program finished in the top 3 in the conference for the first time ever.
All 6 sports.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah, very good.
I would say. Well, congratulations. Talk about the spring. Talk about the last meet.
Yeah, last meet finished up yesterday afternoon. The women won the Southland Conference first time ever in the 38-year history of the program. It was great. They came in, they executed. They were very determined. Day one set us up with a few field events that hit big in the long jump and the javelin. And Morgan Talley, the heptathlon, was doing extremely well that day as well. And then the prelim day on Saturday, day 2, we put piles of people into different events. We had representation, and Matthew said yesterday we scored in every single event. I didn't actually realize that until he hit me up last night and told me that. But I started with Dreon in the 100. She got the finals there. 200, we got her into the 200. The 400, Kayla Harrison made the 400 final. Then we put 3 girls into the 800 final, which is fantastic. When you start putting multiple people in like that.
Sure.
1500 was carried over to a final, so we had 2 into that. And then and our ladies, we had a younger freshman in the steeplechase final that night, Grace Sullivan. It's her second time running the event. She ended up getting 8th. So
That's awesome.
Everyone just did their part. We won by over 30, but 1, 2 points. That's how you win track meets. It's just
exactly
you have to have your heavy hitters, but you have to have the support and staff too.
189 points.
Yeah.
A record.
Yeah.
When did you guys kind of realize you were going to get to that level? What level did you think how many points did you really think you were going to get?
Not to sound, I'm never arrogant like that, but I'm very humble. But we thought we'd get over 200. We had just the heat. Everybody's got to run the heat, but the 10,000 to 5,000 in May is not good. And our little babies there in that race. Aurelia and Pamela and Alyssa, they did a fantastic job. But they all scored in the 10, but they were second. Pam and Aurelia were second and third indoors. In the 5,000, we thought we could get at least 2 in the top 3 or 4 in the 10,000. And but to say the least, 25 laps. I'm not doing it. They have to do it. So
that's a long.
It's a long way around. It's 6.2 miles around the track. So and then the next day, Sunday was phenomenal. Dre got 2 top 5 finished in the 100, 200. She had a lot of work. She won the long jump, ran a leg in the 4x1, ran a leg in the 4x4. She had 5 events. Malaya Jenkins, another senior she was triple jump runner-up, long jump 5th place, 4x1, 4x4. She just missed out in the 200 final, and so it's close.
This is going to be a crazy question, but I got asked this weekend. When the score started coming in, you talked about 25 laps, right?
Right.
What is the pregame or not pregame? What is the what do your kids eat? What does the prep look like for 24 hours and then leading up to your event?
The prep for the 10,000 is a steady diet of about 65 miles a week to 70 miles a week for the whole season. For the start of cross country season all the way through to this meet here. It is a very tough event, especially as we get into the heat.
Wow.
And we don't run it very often just because of the heat.
Sure.
If we have a kid that we know they can maybe make the regional level, we'll go out west or something like that and get them in good conditions where they can actually run one. But we ran one early on the guys' side in Lafayette. The weather was cool. It was like 6 degrees, and so it wasn't that bad. But the girls, we just kept them short and just have them get faster and stuff over the course of the season and stuff. So, but leading up to that, last week they didn't really do a whole lot. They ran a little bit, but not 60 miles a week, but 35, 40 miles a week.
What about diet?
Diet. And that just depends on the individual. We have a very diverse team. I think we have 18 different countries here, plus the United States. Including the United States, I should say. But our Kenyan athletes, they like the more traditional type food, like ugali and chipotle and stuff like that. So it's just like a cornmeal based. I guess it's not really like oatmeal, but it's a sticky something. boiled beef or chicken and stuff like
Sure.
that. So yeah, so that they take care of themselves, they eat well and stuff like that. But it's you got to feed the machine. You got to fuel it.
No
You
question.
can't run your car on empty.
No question. No question.
No, you can't run your car on
Really
empty.
asking about diet?
And
Yeah,
hydration.
but think about it. Like,
Yeah.
you with these athletes, I got asked this weekend. Like, what do they eat leading up to
You might not-
to that? You know what I'm saying? Like, do you load carbohydrates? Is there something like that?
I mean, it's when you're looking at that. See, that's a good question. I mean, yeah, you want to.
Don't listen to him. He's
Don't tell us a good question. You're your boss.
Well,
Go ahead,
okay.
go
No, but you have to put certain things into your body. I mean, you can't be eating junk food the whole
For
time.
sure,
There's not much on the burger. I shouldn't say. You shouldn't know burgers and fries. Not many burgers and fries. Put it like
Right.
that. Yeah. So I mean, but yeah, it does take. And all our kids, they eat pretty well. I mean, I was commenting with HBU coach. She ran back in the day as well for U of H, and she goes, "Can you imagine our team areas looking like this when we were there?" I'm like, "No." I mean, we have put tables out. We got applesauce. We got pretzels, peanut butter, crackers.
Sure.
The whole, and then we bring them in, box lunches and stuff like that to make sure they're eating well. down
Awesome.
there. Yeah, because you have to feed the machine.
doubt.
So,
No doubt.
Yeah. So,
When we come back on Poke Nation, we're going to find out where the runners go next after this. We're back. Coach, the question I've got for you is, we sat here a couple months ago and we talked about your success indoors. You said it doesn't always equate to success outdoors. How did you get it to equate?
Well, this team, the group of kids that we have is special. I mean, they're razor focused. I mean, we have some very good older ones that came in. Janelle Fullerton, for example, the Clemson transfer. She's like the mother of the throws group. I mean, it's like she's been here for 5 years. I mean, she's almost like a right hand for Coach Ben over there in the throws. But I mean, her drive, her attitude towards it, it kind of elevated that whole group. I mean, that group was unbelievable this weekend. We talked about the 800, but we put 3 girls in the discus final. We had 3 girls in the javelin final, including Janelle, who hadn't thrown the javelin in 5 or 6 years, and she got second. So, but that kind of stuff, when you start doing that, the team fed off each other. But her, Morgan Talley, Malaya Jenkins, and she won't want me to say this, but like my daughter, she's like she got 8th place this weekend in the 800, and she's like, oh, I didn't really help the team out. I said, you don't understand. She has the team meals at the house, for the cross country group, and she's cooking for 12 or 13 kids. I said, that's the glue. That's important, So it's very important.
Well, that's another thing I wanted to ask is, track and field is a very individual sport. They train differently. They do a lot of things.
Right.
Yeah. How do you get it to be them to buy into a team sport? Then?
I mean, the coaches. I mean, we're the oldest coaching staff in the conference as far as longevity together. Hint, hint. Let's keep him. So,
hey, don't tell him that. He may whack a few of them just to do it.
Ben's 8 years. God dang. Ben's here 8 years. He was an athlete here, so he's been with me for 12 or 13 years actually total of my 15 years here. VJ's been with me for 7 years now. Coach Byron, the pole vault, he's been here 5 years now as a part-timer. And then Alan Folks, who doesn't work for us in the spring, he works for us in cross country. He's been here 15 years. As a volunteer. Josh Sow has been volunteering for about 10 years. These guys all ran for me back when I first got started here. So, I mean, it's a good group, and you can keep that together. And the kids see that, and it's like we've worked together for all this time, and we don't have very much differences in opinions. I mean, we get along, and it's just a really good, and to coin a phrase, Heath here, is that the culture. I mean, it's the way it is. But, other groups come through a whole lot. I mean, they're just happy to be together. And we do a lot of things together. We crawfish boils, we do barbecues and stuff like that, and stuff. Just all that stuff is really kind of helps to, I think, build the camaraderie of the team and stuff like that. And it's interesting. You start talking to a kid from Qatar or Kenya or Ireland or England or America, and they all become friends. And that's neat.
That's kind of interesting to see here. Is women's basketball does the same thing. A lot of kids from foreign countries that get together and learn different things.
Yeah, we have a kid from Hathaway on the team here years ago. His brother's a freshman thrower for us, Jared LeBlanc. Jared can speak straight up Swahili. His best friend was Josh Sawe. He was in Kenya for his wedding. So I mean, when you got that kind of stuff going from Hathaway, going to Kenya for a wedding and can speak the language, and they started talking in the group, and Jared knows what they're talking. They're all like the whole wedding party's impressed.
Yeah. So talk, let's expand on that a little bit, Coach, from the culture, because your kids are notorious. They do a great job in the community, on campus. So when you're out recruiting, and you know, I coached for 26 years, so at the end of the day, it's always about the next player, right?
Yeah.
The next team.
Oh, yeah.
What are some of the intangibles that you look for outside of the talent?
Yeah, obviously the talent is what
for
we're
sure.
catch them. I mean, you know, we've had kids in the office and we're talking to them, and you know, they could be on their cell phone, not really engaged in what we're talking to them about, and or their parents will say, "Hey, pay attention," you know, "Hey, pay attention." Those are the ones we kind of pass on. But you know, we try and get them around when we do a split the pot, or if we do a crawfish ball. Or we haven't had one of those in such a long time. It's been 3 years until this year. So, or a fall picnic, or you know, bring them to a football game or something like that, or try and get them in here now that it's open. So, and just show them what the team does, and what that you have to look forward to when you're, you know, we had a couple of kids that have committed to us. They were at the meet the whole weekend watching the team, and then you know, we had, you know, a whole group of people cheering on Hayes in the pole vault yesterday. You know, Hayes is a real quiet young man, and then the shot put women's was crazy. I mean, we had everybody, the whole 2 buses showed up, and next thing, we lifted the roof off the freaking place.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was amazing.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, the culture of your program speaks for itself, Coach.
Thank you.
And obviously, it starts with you, but all the way down to your assistants that you mentioned. They all do a hell of a job, and I'm just so happy and excited for where the program is. But honestly, more important about where I think we can go with you at the helm, and we're just excited to have you here and your staff.
All right.
And how many kids are moving on to the next?
Well, we
round?
won't know that for 100% sure until conference weekends finish next weekend. So we'll know Sunday where we're at. You have to be in the top 48 in the whole eastern United States to make it. So our 4x4 men look good. 4x1's in the bubble. We have a last chance opportunity possibly for our pole vault woman, Maya Gaybauer. And we have several others that, Driana Washington, Malaya Jenkins, triple jump, long jump. So we're just hopeful that we can get a few more through. And maybe a couple of, I think Blanche Beard and the javelin from Hackberry as well is a chance to go.
Chance to get your name, your brand out there again that you like to get out there.
100%, yeah, 100%. I mean, it's all matters and it's all important. And what this program is done this year is obviously it's record setting, and I couldn't be happier.
We'll get Coach's final thoughts when we come back on Poke Nation after this.